My story is not a typical one because I did not have a traditional academic career. In fact, I entered UC Riverside, I left the school for several years, and then I came back later to finish my college degree. While I was away from the university, I really thought about what was important to me. And one of the things that I really believe is that public policy and the laws that govern how we live are really the broadest way to make change in a very short amount of time. And so when I came back to school, I really wanted to focus on something that I was passionate about in an area where I felt I could make a big impact. So I switched. It seemed like a great move for me, and I think it's borne out to be true in the long run.
Best of students that I taught embrace opportunity, take risks, do things that others don't. That, in many ways, is the definition of Larry Chung.
Ron Loveridge was my first professor when I decided to come back to UC Riverside. It was the first class I wanted to take. It was full, and I just showed up anyway.
This young man came to see me and asked, could he take local leadership in California?
I ended up taking the midterms and took all the tests, knowing that I probably wouldn't get credit for it, but eventually I think they made an exception, allowed me to come back and enroll in that class, and that's really what started me on this path.
After class, he was interested in becoming an intern.
How could I do substantive work to change the community? And he told me about several internships, and I took him up on those, and I applied for them. I was fortunate enough to get them, and I carried those out. He could see that I cared about the community, and he's really the reason why I was able to come back to UC Riverside and ultimately graduate. Currently, I serve as Vice President of Local Public Affairs at Southern California Edison. My job is to oversee all of the interactions the company has with local elected officials and stakeholders. So I oversee the organizational unit that interfaces with the public. Receiving the Outstanding Young Alumni Award is a little bit shocking, to be honest, especially again because I don't have a traditional story. It means the world to me because it tells me that I chose the right path. It tells me that I'm making a difference and that this is inspirational, hopefully, for folks who are going to come afterwards, and to let them know that they can also have a career that maybe they didn't intend on having.
Beyond the analytical and intellectual capacity that he has, it's sort of his understanding and respect for people that Larry Chung, a particular distinction among students that I've taught in my time here at UCR.
I've been privileged to have so many different experiences. I'd love to be able to say in 15 years that I worked on a project that has positively impacted our planet so that we're preserving a really great world for my children, for the future generations. And if I can say that and folks can recognize that, then I think I'll have done a pretty good job.